when you fell in love with somebody, want to stay with him or her forever, you don't want to make a commitment, in a sense, some hesitation. I mean, we are talking about the spiritual journey. So one of the aims of the Dakini's training program is to avoid the common approach of Western, our or the Western practitioners fall into, which is to pick and choose, or to get lost in the vast array of teachings and practice it. So they're following the footsteps of these awakened masters as expressed in the Dakini Whisper, the training, 3 streams and 5 levels, we can safely tread the authentic path leading to authentic realization. So that's the kind of idea, right?
I'll be introducing to you about DW training. You know, DW stands for Dakini Whisper. How it started, what's the goals of it, and how it benefits you. I actually am feeling very, very fortunate today. I'm feeling that today's the day that lineage has manifested into a form, appearance. The ancient wisdom is alive in modern clothing and hairdo. It's like the genie of Aladdin coming out from a magical oil lamp, and he speaks English to me. After learning from Kandrula for a little while, I'm struck by her authenticity, which is her lineage, and her personal integrity, which is her quality of being a respectful Lama teacher. And her knowledge is deep and wide. Then I think, how can I get the most out of this teacher? I'm a newbie to Vajrayana practices. I need guidance from a leader wolf, so to say, who opens the path on the snowland and leads the wolf pack toward the direction, heading straight to the destination. With so many activities to pick and choose out there, when my time is limited, life is short, and impermanence is so true, I don't want to wander and loop around like shooting arrows in the dark. I need guidance. I need a method, a success-proven method. Honestly, it is out of my selfishness. I requested Kandrula to spell out the full spectrum of her teachings because I want to get the most out of her. Then she was kind enough to draw out circles, 3 circles on the flights, and each has 5 levels. While I'm preparing today's launch party, I was so overwhelmed by joy. So let me show you the chart of these boxes. So here are the 3 streams: Chair Mastery, Subtle Body Yoga, and Dakini Lamrim. Then each of the stream break down to 5 levels. From level 1 building to 2 embarking, 3 diving in, 4 emerging, 5 completing. So it's very systematic. And each stream of the level has a theme. So basically, let's look at chair mastery, that we have a complete map in there. When you look at the detailed list on the roadmap that I'm going to show you, you will find it quite long, but please don't be discouraged by the length of the list. Kandrula accumulated over 50 years of intensive persuasion, and now she's making an attempt to put them into a list. You take the time to become familiar with the practices, learn the meanings and melodies, reflect upon the studies, and transform from your learning. The purpose of this chart is to support you, starting with the full picture, to know the whole secret, to squeeze the most out of Kandrula. We are all lay practitioners. Life is busy and we don't have enough time to practice. This chart will help you to focus on your path. This chart will help you level by level, give you the power, because knowing is power, and give you the flexibility. Say you need to take a break now due to circumstances. You then know where you stopped last time, and When it is right time, you come back and immediately you know where to pick up again. In the meantime, Dakini Whisper can serve different people of all levels simultaneously, for beginners and those of advanced level. When you have this chart, you will find what you need according to the lineage teachings, not just by guessing or favoritism. This hopefully will eliminate a lot of confusion. So let's look at the detailed one. Roadmap, Chair Mastery Curriculum. You see from left to right is level 1 to 5. When you finish level 4 in Dakini Chair certification and Chair hats, lineage hats, and level 5 completion would have a rope and become lineage associates and possibly Mongolian pilgrimage for the level 5 students completion. So this curriculum, I feel so much lineage blessings, lots of blessings in there. You have already accumulated the merits that have brought you here today. To have this chart revealed to you, the door is already open for you. All you need to do is take one step at a time, just to put one foot in front of another. Keep treading, you will move forward.
You know, to be honest with you, I was not really keen on this creating whole package or curriculum or something like that. You know, I'm trained in a very traditional way, and we are not really presenting this way. But then I thought about I'm here at the Dakini's Whisper. I'm here for every student who come from different background. If I'm not serving them, then what's the point of me being here? So I thought maybe this might be helpful, and hopefully this will reduce your overwhelming feeling. You have a map. In terms of stream, these three things, each stream enhances each other. So if you choose one stream, but then you will notice it's overlapped with other items in other streams. Eventually, you will find what you'd like to focus on, but at the same time, you will notice other stream practice will enhance your focus and practice. In other words, all depends. There are no one way. If you are new and still can't figure out, then the Dakini Ramrim is the main stream I would suggest to get started with. Because Dakini Ramrim contains the sutra and the tantra, everything. So if you'd like to focus on Cho mastery, Cho, then you will notice when you still get started the Cho mastery journey, then, oh, I needed the Ramrim, I need the sutra teaching, and I need a tantric overview, everything. Then you might like to join the Dakini Ramrim as well. Then, as your practice gets deeper and subtler, especially in tantric practice, then, oh my gosh, I have to work with my body. Then you recognize the importance of working with this subtle body yoga, subtle body. Then you might join that, or maybe might as well. You can get all of them together. It all depends on your circumstances, how much time you are available, and also background. If you have a different community, you studied for 10, 20 years in a different community with different teachers, great teachers out there, and already have a foundation and a very solid background of sutra and tantric teaching, then maybe you might really want to focus on Cho mastery or subtle body. Yeah, all up to you. By the way, this is not just one way. I don't claim anything. Buddha taught, 84,000 teaching and method. And so many method depends on each person's karmic imprints, incarnations, all those traits. So there are many different ways to get to the same ocean of awakening. Having said that, we follow lineage, and lineage is like a river. River presented or carried certain practices. So that's the one I'm presenting here. So because these are authentic and its efficacy was proven by great master, lineage masters in the past. So now they came passed on to us. Now our turn to try out, see if it works or not. Dakinis Whisper present this method and for you to follow, and hopefully you can follow through together. We are alone practitioner, but we are alone together and together practice. If we have a practice and a community, those two things we need. If we have, we'll be carried by the lineage masters, river of blessing, depository of blessing to the ocean of awakening.
I'm really curious about the timeline, actually. And
50 years.
Perfect.
Until awakening. No, actually, yeah, it's hard to say, no? But initially, that True Mastery, which Luis showed us, was the 5-year program. I planned it based on the 5-year program, the 5-year and the 5 levels. Then I decided to change it to the levels instead of years, because some people stuck in the first level for 2-3 years. But if you follow, you can get through at least in 5 years. Within 5 years, I think, I guarantee. But that's not the end, right? That's actually beginning.
Yeah.
This is the framework. And then it's up to you how much you want to add meat into that framework.
I really, really look forward to it, and because it's so hard to actually enter into a path quite like that you can recognize, and there's so many different paths that you can sort of start wandering around with. So to find sort of a path that is, you know, that you can kind of really sink your teeth into is actually nice, refreshing for this modern age, because everybody seems to be shortening, you know, just like, oh, just do this one practice and you'll be fine, or, you know, and that works for some people, I think. But to find the path with this many layers and this well structured, like, very, very blessed. Thank you so much for setting it all up.
But when you look at this whole picture, whole map, maybe you might feel, oh my gosh, but it's not that complicated. It's really traditional. If somebody knows a traditional way to present, it's step by step. It's Lamrim. Even Cho Mastery is a Lamrim step, kind of build on the previous one. It's get the Sutherland, it's more deeper, going deeper and deeper.
If we don't want to do the certifications, then like if we're going to do the classes anyway, why do we need the certifications?
A certificate is an expression of your commitment to bodhicitta. The fortunate accomplishment, you can say, accomplishment of your human life, precious human life, and you are repaying the kindness of having met teachings, teachers, and the lineages, as well as your responsibility to the lineage and the tradition. On that note, I hope that through the training program, we take a responsibility for carrying this tradition and lineage to future generations by practicing the best in our lifetime. Especially Cho Mastery journeys. Yeah, why don't you make a commitment? Nobody forcing you, of course. Nobody forcing you to tread the entire map. You can join the level 3 when empowerment is offered. Then you take that and you do this and that. That's okay. I think you can still be a Dakinis Whisper member. We welcome everybody from any background, and without joining the Dakini Whisper or DW training program, or applying for a certificate if you choose to do so. You know what I mean? So in other words, it's up to you. I hope I was able to convey my hope. One of the ideas presenting you the entire map of Cho Mastery, for example, is to preserve this lineage, entire package of this lineage, Ear Whisper lineage of Ganden and Dakini, the very precious lineage I received from my teachers. I want you to carry that as well. Just do your best. It's not a comparison. We're only concerned about experience, direct experience and realization, and hopefully actualization of your bodhicitta awakening to help others, to serve all beings.
Please read through this webpage even after today's launch because more details are in there. And you can see the red part is the 3 streams. And what about the 5 levels? And then the detail how to join. And basically you fill up a form first. There is a video of one of our previous meeting. Very, very important information in there too. On the homepage, please go through this. You can click into YouTube and watch it there as well. Okay, back to DW training. You fill out the form, and shortly after you fill up the form, you will receive an email from Dakini Whisper and will give you access to an e-learning module called Dakini Whisper Training. Yeah, download now. We have 2. Download the Dakini Lamrim roadmap and download the Chair Mastery Lamrim. And once you downloaded this roadmap on your computer, print it out, keep a copy, check the boxes when you have finished and familiarized with a program, and also find a space wherever next to it, say refuge vows. Write down the date as well, because I promise you, you will forget later on. And once you have finished level 1, you can then email to DW Dakini Whisper to apply for a certificate. Yes, it's just a piece of paper, but Kandrola wants you to feel proud of yourself, not a show-off, egoistic kind of proud of yourself, but to encourage yourself that you are one step closer to your already existing true nature. And on the website, there is Dakini's Corner blog. It's also a place for you to share. And there is a corner blog called Ask Kandrola. You can ask her question there as well when you are treading through these boxes.
Lamrim is called the stage of the path awakening, right? Graduate stage of path awakening. So everything is Lamrim. Cho is also Lamrim, part of Lamrim. Cho is almost, I feel like, an outcome of Lamrim study practice, because Cho is an expression of fierce compassion. The more you practice the stage of the path, the more bodhicitta get deepened. You cannot help but become fierce. And then the Cho is you can say the extreme version of Tonren. I call Tonren. Tonren is the practice of bodhicitta, cultivation of the heart, giving, taking, Tonren practice. I don't have any suggestion you should do this or not, but what I know is, based on my experience, is if we stay on this authentic path and stage of the path, naturally, especially if you have an inclination toward this kind of practice, not all people are interested in Cho practice, playing Damaru and those kind of weird looking practice, unique practice, but you are interested in. So it will come, it will blossom the Cho practice. Time will come. Even if you jump into this Cho mastery journey, first level is all about Lamrim. Level 1 is the same as the Dakini Lamrim. I was talking about overlapping, these 3 streams overlapping. Level 1 is all about the foundations. We are building the foundations. On the basis of that, those unique practices will blossom, flourish.